Welcome back to the Pass Rugby News. You have to admit that music is a better choice.
I think it's great. It's quite fitting for your record so far.
We're not even 2 seconds into the show, and you already have to bring it up. That's deplorable.
Well, don't forget. So please don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Pass Rugby News and on Facebook at The Pass Rugby News. Send us messages, tweet us, Instagram us. We'd love to hear from you.
As well as iTunes and YouTube. You can go to the iTunes store, just search the Pass Rugby News. Subscribe, view there. Don't just view. We want you to subscribe so that way you get all the downloads to you constantly. You don't have to do anything. And please leave us reviews just the same as you would on the YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, we have a lot of pictures available, everything, so you can see everything we're talking about. They're both good forms, but we want you to go there.
And we want to hear from you.
Oh, yeah, we do. We need to hear the feedback.
Let's get this show started.
Yeah, this is the good stuff here. I mean, we're over the hump now.
We
for
are.
Six Nations
we are.
after this.
Sadly.
This is really sad because now, I mean, what
There's
else are we going
an
to talk
end in
about on
sight.
review shows? Yeah. Let's get going before the tears come on this one. Which game you want to go with first?
Let's go France-Wales.
Yeah, the most boring of the three, probably.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's by far. We have to give credit to Mr. George North, though.
Yes, congratulations.
Wow, youngest ever, 50 caps. That's quite an accomplishment, more so than my 0 caps. So it's pretty...
France had a few highs. Let's go. How about France's first try in 4 years against Wales at some point?
Yeah, can you believe that? It took to the 68th minute with Dulon on the wing, but I thought I was hearing incorrectly that stat, but that's pretty bad.
4 years.
4 years. I always thought France was better, especially that they went to the final of the World Cup in 2011, and it's your first against Wales in 4 years, but, well, leave it to France to astonish us with it. I thought the 16th minute was great because the tank Matthew Bastareaud came in, and that was pretty great to see. Morgan Parra got the start, and he's been, in past-wise for France rugby, pretty stellar. Sad to see him go out, though, with injury. Camille Lopez didn't have a very good game on kicking.
Right.
He was started out well, then missed a bunch, then Parra came in and kicked for him. And then he came back at the end, so very much not like the first game.
Or first few games. I mean, what's been
nailing
interesting is just that they've been winning off him.
Oh, they have, right? And now all of a sudden he wasn't playing his best game, and way too many kicks within the 22 to his own team on the wing. You know, France needs to solidify that game and figure out what they're doing, really. It wasn't a very good attacking game.
Like
for
anything
me.
else, plagued with errors.
No, very much so. I mean,
34-28.
Yeah, that's pretty even on that. Passes made 129, 116. Tackles 93, 111. So pretty.
Okay,
big
so
on that
what I
one.
thought was a little interesting in sense is that in the second half, France had 67% of possession, but they couldn't convert.
Wow. Oh, I see you're okay, and 69% of that 67% were the opponent's half, and
Exactly.
you couldn't get it done.
You couldn't convert.
There's your stat, coupled with the fact that Wales won 10 scrums, France only won 3.
Right, and
There's
then it
the
goes
match.
even worse.
There's the match
France
for me.
had 19 offloads, and Wales had 7. Yet still,
That's not good.
they couldn't convert.
That's not good, kids and folks. That in of itself, if I didn't even watch the game in full, I would have seen that and said, whoa, buddy. I will say, though, this is what happens, and let me step back. Lee Halfpenny plays for Toulon in France. All the French players know him. You know the man has a boot, yet you give him chances from the 10 to the 22 meter.
And yeah, I still call him man of the match.
Man of the match. 15 of the 20 points were his, by far. And that just shows France, you're playing sloppy, and Italy next week, I hope, demolishes
What
them.
about that beautiful forward pass that France did?
Yeah, and then
then
Uge tries to sell it off like, what are you talking about? I was
shock.
clearly
He
not,
was
but...
in ultimate shock. His face said it all.
Even Lopez was like, hey, Uge, that was way off. And I'd like to see Uge get into the ball more and maybe channel the Vincent Clair way of playing a wing, but boring game for me.
Right. The only thing
Kudos
that I
to
thought was
Wales.
awesome was the Dan-to-Dan pass.
Yeah, Drew re-swabbed to Dan Lidier to Dan Bigger, and Lidier was phenomenal on that ball, the way he just offloaded it. Kids at home, amateurs at home.
Right, but it's not
watch
just
these
his
guys.
offload, is being ready for the offload.
Yeah.
Because we see that sometimes in games, especially in Six Nations. Is that they have these great offloads, but no one's there waiting
True.
for it.
Bigger
So if you're not there-
ran the support line he needed
Right.
to. And for me, it's everyone calls it no-look passes. No, I just call it no sight passes because he knew Bigger was running the line behind him.
He knew he should be running the line with behind him.
It's a no sight, I know what I'm doing pass, is I think what we should change the terminology.
I don't care what it was called or what you like calling it. The point is, it was a great one.
We talked more about that game. That was good. Good job, France Wales. Thanks for that. Which one we go to next?
Let's say, what do you say?
We're going to go with England, Ireland.
Okay, fine by me.
For this one. Disappointing if you're an English fan. Exciting if you're an Irish fan.
Yes.
Right.
Well, let's go in. Let's get right into it. Let's say we're 2 minutes into the game. Since we're 2 minutes into this discussion.
Yeah.
2 minutes in, Sexton scores 3-0.
Just like that?
8 minutes in.
Sexton.
Yet again. 6-0.
Yeah.
So we're 8 minutes into this game, and it's 6-0.
The game is different with Sexton in place. Then again, England shouldn't be giving away those sloppy penalties like that, but that's welcome to Six Nations Rugby. Ford's drop goal in the 12th minute was pretty good. And I go back to Ford and his demeanor. He is so calm and cool. If you watch him do the slow-mo and really see it, you're going to see a guy that knows what he's doing.
The best is that his team doesn't even give him away. I mean, England does such a great job. They play the play as if they're going for it, and he just doesn't.
Now, this for me summed up everything. Well, one of the two things I'll talk about. In the 28th minute, there was a pass from Ford to Joseph, and they were well within their own 22, and you could tell Joseph was going to kick it out, and I think in his mind just said, no, I'm going to go for the sidestep and cut in. Eventually, he ends up not releasing to get a penalty into the post. Dude, JJ, we hashtagged you last week at Beast Mode, and you embarrass me now. Don't do that. Get the ball out. If you're inside your 22, clear it. Right? You don't run out with it.
I don't understand why. Once again, this is my issue when we're talking with Six Nations and we see these errors, because I call them errors.
They are errors. Yes.
These are fundamentals.
These are not. Errors.
These are professional. No, a professional error to me is maybe like a professional foul or penalty. But this is just plain out embarrassing. You know these things.
It is. Yeah.
It's kind of like throwing the ball out.
Moving on from errors, I thought who didn't have an error-filled game was Alex Good, because the Irish bombarded him with their tactics all day. Good came in for Brown.
Those saves were extraordinary.
Well, the 43rd, right?
The 43rd
Henshaw kicked it. Back in, ball rolls in, scoops it out, runs out. He should have been tackled 2 or 3 times. But he evaded the tackle, so Good. Hats off to you. They were coming for him all day long.
So quick and changing direction. I mean, he had an extraordinary game.
It's crazy. You always forget Mike Brown is so great in his position that you forget you got Alex Good as a backup.
Right, but let's get down to some of these stats, okay? Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, dude.
First half, possession. Ireland 68, England 32.
Woof.
Well, that clears it, but that's the first half. And look at the score at the end of the half, 9-3.
Yeah, that's not,
So, I mean, yes, it was
Ireland
great
really wasn't attacking
That's
much,
my point, is that they had 68% of possession, yet they only were able to run up the score to 9-3.
So you're just...
And 6 of those...
You're clearly sitting back letting England make mistakes.
And all of those were... penalties. They were not tries.
Hats off to the strategy. It works.
I mean,
right?
clearly.
You know, it points
Bigger
on there.
Issues.
52nd minute for me was where it all changed, and I came out of my seat thinking, yeah, buddy. Connor Murray's kick to Robbie Henshaw.
Yes.
To try over the top.
Yes.
Didn't see that one coming. Maybe had 7 meters of space to do it.
First of all, congrats to Henshaw. First try.
Great job.
In
Good
uniform.
for you. Now, I'll go a step further and blame the English in this. Alex Good should have had that covered a bit more. But if you watch the slow-mo, JJ looks like he's just running at him slowly and giving up. You got to yell and tell him, hey, man, someone's coming. Or I don't know what lingo you use. Something. But it looked... I'm amazed that he pulled it off. Paul Revere. Very American of you. Leave it to Raquel to bring in the American vibes there. I love it on that. But a great try, though.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Everyone gives Henshaw the credit, but that was set up Connor Murray's kick in that. He put it spot on where it needed to be. So kudos to you. Now, here, can I back up on this? Like I told you, 58th minute, it's 9-3. Yep, I said that correctly, 9-3. And England decides, oh, you know what? It's the 58th minute. We just got a penalty. Let's go for points now. So they get to 19-6. You morons. But in the first quarter, there was a point when they were right at the 22-meter.
Yep.
And Chris Robshaw said, no, we're going to go for the line out. So what I don't understand is when the game was only 3-0,
they went for the line out and didn't win the line out.
No.
So not only did you choose the wrong path,
you should have went for points, but what I'm saying is the strategy there was implemented that we're going to go for the try, we're going to get down there. Why wouldn't you do it when you're at 19-3? No offense, 19-6 does you no good in the 60th minute. right?
Right, and even if you look
Ireland's
at the
in tune at this point.
It's not like Ireland was, softening up or their forwards weren't doing their job. So why would you try to do that?
Just for me, and you have
they're
mixed signals. As
you
a
have
fan.
an outstanding kicker, so you had no reason to not go for the points right at the beginning.
You should have went, it's 0-3, I go 3-3, and I play matching. And although fans at home think it's boring, that's the way the game's played, because what matters most is the trophy at the end of the tournament.
Well, forget that. Clearly, you see Ireland's going for points every time.
Yeah.
So if you see that they're going for points,
and
they're racking it up,
why won't you follow suit?
That's a good strategy.
So let's look at the big stat that matters to me. Errors. England had 61. Now, I won't let Ireland off the hook at 46 either, but 61 errors, you shouldn't even be thinking about winning at that
Well, that's my point.
rate.
It's not like Ireland didn't have errors, which was back to my point of, in the first half, they had 68% possession, and they only were able to convert into penalty kicks, not tries.
So they pushed England to play sloppy, and unfortunately, when you play to a lesser opponent, you tend to play similar.
Which I don't understand. They're both fan-freaking-tastic teams, so I don't understand.
It's pretty stunning to see that the way both teams played the first 2 matches prior to that, very different this one, but kudos to Ireland for getting it done when you had to.
Something else that I've been seeing a trend in through this whole Six Nation is the number of penalties we are talking about. Okay, so either it's the refs that are just handing these out like candy, or literally these professional players need to figure out how these penalties are being made.
Well,
because it feels like every game we're in like double to like high 20s.
Yeah. If you're anywhere near 40 meters to the goal, you need to tighten up your game quite a bit, because you have to know that everyone has a boot at this level and they're going to make you pay dearly for it. But, the game was good. Sad for England.
It was unfortunate.
It was very
like
unfortunate.
England. And although I knew
I don't think Ireland got
this,
away with it.
They didn't run away with it.
Yeah, I think they played a tactically smart game.
Well, they played a game.
Right?
They played a good game, and they won. And that's what happened.
I know they're getting blown up on media that they're playing a game that was extremely boring. But you know what? You got the W, you got the 2 points, and you moved on.
Since when is technical boring? I just don't understand that either. When people rag on rugby and they
technical's boring for people who play rugby league and are bored in the off season, so they use that mantra. No offense, to me it's beautiful.
You can't compare. They're apples and oranges, just like you can't compare 7s to 15s. Like, they're each unique in their own way. They each have their own skills. So to me, I don't call it boring.
Is it great to see a 60 to 50 game of a bunch of tries? Maybe. But you know what? If you really look for the game for what it is, this is just another way to make points, and that's the best way. But I'm pretty much just trying to talk to get away from going on to the next match, because I don't want to go to this next match, but I have to, as my duty as a co-host.
Well, there is such thing as the
just
wooden
tell
spoon.
The fans.
Wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So this game, let's go. Scotland, Italy. The wooden spoon of Six Nations.
In Murrayfield, mind you, congrats to Parisi for your record cap tying in Italy, 111th.
111th, and
job,
clearly a great way to end that game for him.
Now, the big thing leading up to the game was going to be what happened. Finn Russell, no here, so Peter Horn gets the nod. What should have prefaced it for us is that Stuart Hogg took the kickoff. Like, why would your 10 not take it? But I think he was easing his pain up for Peter Horn, what was to come. I'm really angry about this. Laidlaw, I didn't realize this. He had 83% success rate coming into this.
I know.
So that's kudos to you, man. That's pretty unbelievable, but
I think
I'm
overall,
not surprised either.
I think everyone coming up to this game realized that both teams have been showing great progress.
Yeah.
In every game that they've been playing against some of these bigger, per se, powerhouse Six Nations.
Well, because Italy held England, and at times in their games had moments of brilliance. So I think if you piece it together, this should have been a good game to watch.
For both of them, because Scotland had some great first halves and then just ridiculous penalties.
Well, in the first 10 minutes, Scotland's up 10-0 thanks to our boy Mark Bennett.
Bennett
steals the pass from Hamona.
Great pick.
Right, which it was funny to see Parisi's face, like, dude, don't throw it. Oh, you threw it. Mark Bennett's gone. I love seeing that because I've been there before on the receiving end of it, and it's not good.
Oh yeah, he just read that, and it was.
But there were really, to me, only a few things in this match that stood out. 37th minute. We're just going to tell everyone here, stop being lazy on penalty kicks just because you have a great kicker. Chase down the ball. Hamona goes for the penalty kick, ends up coming up short, hits the crossbar.
What happened?
Giovan Battista Bendetti, that's my best Italian accent I can give, thank you, scoops it up and scores a try there.
Oh
and I'm sitting there thinking, what just happened? Did
I
my
think
screen
everyone
freeze?
would. I think everyone was like, can you actually do that? People are like flipping through those rule books. Like, is this what actually happens? Yes, it is what happens. And it was such a great way to end that half.
But it was only like a 28-meter kick, so I don't think anyone ever thought, like, I'm not going to run after it. Literally, the Scotland players were just standing there thinking, it's going to go over. And you have the one Italian player in Benditti going after it. Well, that should teach you to stop being lazy and always assume the inevitable.
Well,
that
don't underestimate your opponents.
Yeah.
And don't give credit to someone that can't. Even the greatest kickers have missed kicks.
Yes.
From literally in front.
Yes.
So it happens.
So we go from 10-0 to 16-15 at the half to Scotland. Now I'm getting worried at this point, and I'm getting scared big time.
What about Watson's yellow card?
Yeah.
That didn't help.
Do we? I don't want to go to this. But
okay, fine. Let me just
can we go to the 77th minute first?
Well, first let's finish the first half.
No, that
first
was
half
good
possession
for me. No,
was 50-50.
Yeah.
So clearly they were still both doing great. There was no one running with it yet.
Well, yeah, 55-45, pretty equal, and then.
But how about this? This one was a shocking surprise for me. Right. Scotland has always had some great scrums, yet they lost to Italy 8-3.
That's ridiculous.
Italy won 8 scrums out of 3. If you go back to the previous games after Scotland, they've won in scrums against every opponent they've played.
Now, if you watch the game, there was a lot of problems with the scrum, and the ref had to keep calling it, standing them up, penalizing both teams. So to me, it was pretty mismanaged. What I felt like, but still. Doesn't matter what you feel like.
Scotland
play to
had
what the ref is.
They won 24 balls against 15 balls in the opposing 22 and could not convert.
Okay, so the game should have been out of play by halftime for Scotland, but so now we're down to the wire in this. It's 19-15, 77th minute. Scotland stops the Italian scrum on their 5-meter, and everyone's thinking, oh my goodness, the game's back. I was ready to turn off the TV, take my kilt off, and have a wonderful time. But Peter Horn misses touch. You misses.
Not even by a little.
Yeah. It was a good foot in. Like, man, you got to clear it and hold the ball.
It was enough for the film cameras to not have to, like, zoom into it. You could clearly see it.
So then your Ben Toulis gets a sin bin for bringing down the ball. Then Hamish Watson does the same thing, literally, I felt like a minute and a half later, and gets some a penalty try.
And you know I'm a stickler to the refs. I like taking it to them. They get on my nerves sometimes. But he warned them over and over. This wasn't like this all of a sudden happened.
Bro daddies, you got 2 yellow cards for the similar
hold on.
thing.
You just use bro daddies.
I'm using bro daddies because I'm just out of whack shock right now.
I know, he is like turning so red right now.
I'm normally a white-pink complexion, but now I'm fuming red. Because I've told you on this one how much this annoys me. And really what annoys me, if I'm going to go off my tangent for a second here, is why Greg Laidlaw was taken out of the game as the captain in the 73rd minute.
When they weren't winning.
And same thing with Ewan Murray. And Jeff Cross comes on. No offense, it's 1915. Keep your star players in. They have to suck it up and play 80 minutes. See, now I got pneumonia because of this. This is ridiculous. This is unremarkable for me.
All right, calm yourself.
No, they should never have lost this game. And hats off to Italy for playing well.
This has been Scotland's whole Six Nations. Oh, we keep saying it week after. Oh, they shouldn't have lost this one. They shouldn't have lost this one. No offense, they lost this one. And they lost it because they came into it that way.
In my opinion, I wouldn't bring back anyone at all, and I would play a fresh new team to begin with. David Denton, you get your butt in and you're playing now.
Okay, well, I wouldn't get crazy because it's not like next week is going to be a walk in the park for them. This was their walk in the park.
Leave me alone.
And
we have 2 minutes till we come to that. Sorry, I'm sulking in this. It was interesting, the news, now that I've calmed down and turned back to pink.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back to Italy and some things that I think we didn't point out. They had a great maul. They had some great mauls.
Of course they did. Yes.
I mean, they really effectively used it as a weapon.
So if I'm Italy, I'm really going to start beefing up my forward pack even more and focusing on that. Because,
and it's not like Scotland is a weak game in forwards. So they have great forwards. So my point being is they beat them in scrums. They had effective mauls.
Yeah.
What else can we talk about?
I feel like Sergio Parisi reacted to the ref instead of being at him or complaining and felt like, hey, look, we're going to play to your game on that one and go with it.
End of story. I think they had some great things. Yeah. Effective mauls. They clearly won their scrums that they needed to.
They did.
They had good offloads.
Yep. I saw interesting news at the end where I guess Coach kicked the window and it shattered or cracked down. When I saw that, I immediately knew, must be Scotland because...
And then I said, don't even get any ideas of doing that in our own house.
Because I tried to kick my face off, but I couldn't, luckily, because I'm not that flexible.
You know, I usually love rubbing in, but you know what, Scotland? You ruined this one for me, okay? I was on a perfect streak.
Well, let's just... Can we just go to round... Let's go to round 4.
Whoa, back it up. Rewind.
Let it go. Let it go.
Okay, yeah, you should not learn how to do these things because that is unacceptable. I don't like you doing that to me just because I'm down. So before we go to round 4, I'm pretty sure you're going to go ahead and into it.
Down.
So my mistake, folks and supporters. I didn't mean to go into round 4 predictions yet because round 3, we have to point out that...
We haven't ended how the score... We're telling up the scores for hashtag Team Raquel.
Team Raquel, after 3 rounds, is 8 points. Team Vince is at a lousy 2 points.
Might I add, Scotland, I love you. I think you're a great country. I love visiting you. But I'm at you for screwing with my perfect streak.
So what happened... Or what happens now, really, is I have no way of winning except I can tie you.
Well, let's go into let's just go into some standings right now, even for Six Nations. Ireland's at 6, England 4, Wales 4, France 2, Italy 2, Scotland 0.
Yeah, okay.
So that's our standings.
Yeah, so I have to win out. I have to win 6 games.
And
you have to not win any of them.
Which we know is not going to happen.
So the best I can do is tie. Although I'll hold out for it. I can't because I'm sure we're going to pick some similar teams at some point. Of course we are.
I mean, at this point, you should know best.
Yeah,
I knew from the beginning
I won't give in because I'm a fighter and I don't give up. Hashtag don't give up ever. But I pretty much have waved the white flag.
I mean, clearly we know I've been winning.
It's ridiculous. Get off me. I'm angry
You're just
now.
bitter. You're a bitter man.
I knew we should have opened with Scotland, Italy, and let me cool down.
It's so great. International Women's Day just ended, and I'm on a hot streak. So let's keep this going.
I feel like a moron.
Let's do some predictions.
Okay. Who do you want? Wales, Ireland at the Millennium?
Ireland. Ireland by a try.
Okay, and I'm going to say Wales by a penalty.
Wishful.
Well, it has to. That's the only way Wales is going to have to play out of their socks in order to even come close to having a chance at winning.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is going to be a walk in the park, but I still say Ireland.
Okay, good for you. Great.
All right, let's go into England-Scotland, the...
Calcutta Cup. All right, we're finally here, and we have something to play for at Twickenham. So, for those of you that don't know what the Calcutta Cup is, besides being the best game ever, it's, real quick history recap. Christmas Day 1872, 20 English players decided to play 20 Scottish, Irish, Welsh dudes. The game had such great fanfare, allegedly, that they played another game. Calcutta then had Calcutta FC became an independent entity in January 1873. They joined the English RFU in 1874, but unfortunately, the free bar ran out. And this is another alleged statement, probably true though. So the members disbanded. They withdrew their club funds from the bank and cashed them into silver rupees, and then melted it down and made it into a cup, presented it back to the RFU in 1878 and said, hey, you should play for this annually. Great story.
We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Because it's really not been in the favor of
Scotland. So since 1879, Scotland really has been kapoots. And I just have to be honest because I can't lie anymore. It's what I gave up for Lent. So I'm going to say Scotland's going to win.
Wait, I'm sorry. So you're going to give up on the line?
Yeah, because I can't.
Well, England's going to win.
No.
Okay.
Because if there's one match that matters to Scotland, it's the Calcutta Cup.
No, you know what should have mattered? The wooden spoon should have mattered.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways,
doesn't matter.
Point being, I call England. You call Scotland.
Well, I have to call Scotland in order to win. So in order to beat you. So that's awesome.
Well, that was an easy one.
Okay, but how much by?
Well, we're not going by exact scores, but I know that they're going to at least win by, I say, 2 penalties.
Well, since I'm going to put our mortgage on this one, I'm going to say Scotland is going to win by 3 tries. just so if I'm correct, then everyone in the world is like, oh my goodness, this guy is a guru.
This guy's a guru who's listening to his wife, Team Raquel, 8-2.
Oh, man.
Let's not go into details.
Issues.
I like how you're trying to call it by points and try to be me.
Yeah,
trying to be me.
I know.
You be you, I'll be me, okay?
It's weird. I shouldn't listen to
Let's go into the next game. Let's go Ireland-France, the
No.
Giuseppe Garibaldi game.
What are you talking about? It's Italy, France.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Come on now. That's the good one. Giuseppe Garibaldi Trophy. Hello.
Well, clearly I'm still in my winning streak.
Yeah. Well, it's been played since 2007, so this is a big one here, right?
I mean, it's not as old as a Calcutta Cup, but it is.
Hey, at least they have a name in honor of a revolutionary figure. That's awesome.
I say France.
Why? Well, now, see, this is
Don't ask me
unfair.
why.
Shouldn't
We're
let
not
me go.
asking here why.
All right, well, I'm going to have to say Italy, but I do.
Why do you have to? You can say the same one as
That's true, but then I have no chance of winning. But I emotionally do want Italy because they've played so well this last
I don't
game.
go on emotions. I go on skills and previous games. And I still believe that France can beat Italy.
Okay. Everyone knows, though, that the Stade Olimpico in Rome is going to be a tough venue to play at.
Well, I think it's going to be even tougher after this last game. So they are on a very big high.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to be brought down to reality. It's not like they're playing Scotland again. They're playing France.
If France doesn't show up, though, and Italy does, this could be something bad. Camille Lopez, you better get your kicking boot on, bro.
If they can play the same first half they played against Wales, against Italy, they're going to clean them. They're going to clean house.
Yeah, true. No, I'll give you that. Well, we shall see. So now, the overall, you already read us the point breakdown. Ireland with 6 points. England and Wales are really the only two that have a chance to catch them up at 4 points. So Ireland really can't win. The way Ireland wins this weekend is Ireland has to beat Wales and Scotland has to beat England. That scenario, Ireland wins the trophy.
Right.
Yeah. I know you're going to say not likely, but I'm going to say who cares? Probably likely.
I have never said it's not likely. I think it's not going to happen.
Okay.
But I didn't say
let's
it's not possible.
Since I've already tied, let's make another one packed.
I'm sorry, what are you tied for?
Let's call who's going to be the winner.
What are you tied for?
Don't worry about it. It's schematics. Don't worry about it.
There's no tie here for you.
Okay, again, schematics. Moving on to our new trophy we're playing for now.
I like how he throws in a new trophy because he lost the original already. He knows it.
It's what losers do. Losers always try to create new venues to lose at.
They try to bring that new generation of fifth place trophies.
Yes. Who's it going to be? Ireland, England, or Wales?
I've said this from the beginning. Ireland is going to win back-to-back Six Nations.
I know. I was just trying to stump you up on this one. I'm hoping. I think it'd be funny if Wales wins.
No, I don't think that's kind of funny, actually, at all.
It'd be good.
I don't think they've earned it.
No,
I think the only other team that I would accept winning it would be England. They've actually played the way winners played.
That's true. So how does that happen? England's got to beat Scotland. And then Scotland has to beat Ireland. Scotland has to beat Ireland, which is going to happen.
Okay, we won't know until we see this next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to this, and it's almost over.
When aren't we looking forward to Six Nations? I mean, really.
Rugby love. You keep following us, though. Past rugby news everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, especially YouTube and iTunes. We want you there. We want to hear the big things because we are coming out with our big interviews now. Usually release them twice a month, so go on and see. So if you subscribe, you make your life easier. Then you don't have to go on it. You just keep getting it downloaded. It's beautiful.
You know what to do.
You do know what to do. So keep following us. And as always, what do we do now? Enjoy the music on the way out.